Get up! Come on, hurry! The warden is calling! Are you really going to save Nostria, as they say?
Huh. That's an interesting opener. What are you driving at?
You can discuss it with Warden Valber. Come out of that cell, I'll escort you.
Well, if the warden himself is asking, how can a simple countess refuse?
Let's go. You know the warden doesn't like to be kept waiting. The sooner you get to his office, the sooner you'll learn everything. I can tell you this much. It's good news for you. Sitting in prison.
I served time
I think
under
you'll have
Vitellius
fond
and
memories
Claudius.
of this time
Now
in
I'm
future.
serving time
During
under
the 6
Adrian, but it looks like this will be the last time I serve.
You hear what Decim said?
Miles, the Batil gates guard the bottom of
Your belongings are in yonder chest. Take everything or you'll freeze to death. The prison's warmer than outside, slightly. Pestilence has struck Montpetrie. The quarantine is everywhere. Mages forced to wear masks like common bandits. You're a free individual now.
Bastion, why are you releasing the prisoners?
Larry, you blockhead. Didn't you hear? A messenger arrived today, all the way from Marcella.
I just came up to...
Then you should know that he brought an order of release from the prince himself.
No need to shout.
Disturbing news.
So much fuss and all for what? Who the hell do you think you are, making me wreak havoc in my prison?
I'm Catherine, Countess of Rigern, in case you've forgotten.
Well, well. I heard a little more than that. As Flavius the Wisecracker eloquently wrote, there's nothing new in this world. But I haven't received a letter like this in all 7 years of my tenure at Crucis. Prince Adrian orders that you be freed and sent to Marcella. Also, you won't be leaving here on foot. I was ordered to return your gold and belongings, provide you with a horse, and, let me read it aloud, allocate some of my own garrison as your personal guard. Madness!
As that same Flavius the Wisecracker of yours wrote, there is always a kernel of sense in madness.
Whether the prince is sane or not is of no consequence. I cannot disobey my liege. Bastion should have returned your money and belongings by now. If he didn't steal them himself. Quartermaster Aston will supply you with weapons. As for gold, you have plenty already. Go to Decim to collect your guards. He has a platoon of troublemakers he's wanted rid of for a long time now. He'll be glad to hand them over. I also advise you to purchase some dogs for the road. And what else did His Highness request? Ah yes, a horse. Levitt the stable boy has a soft spot for nags too old and worn down to work. I'm sure he can pick one out for you.
It looks like the local climate has changed your temperament for the worse.
Claudius's son actually turned out to have some mercy in his soul.
Why do you say that?
The Ulagi tribe. They used to bring us 100. What do you need, human? A shovel, perhaps? Have you been sent to the stables, too?
Careful with your words, short one. I'm a countess. Don't you dare compare my royal self to a stable hand. Now give me a weapon and be quick about it.
Oh, sacred forefathers. Why would I ever do that?
Because I'm free again. Any more questions?
By Mactus's horns. This is the first time I've ever seen a human leave Crucis on their own 2 feet. If you got gold, treat yourself to something new. Go ahead. Aston didn't shortchange you on equipment. I warrant you'll survive the Albion Highlands. Go, human. May your body be as hard as flint, and your soul as clear as crystal.
Well, a dwarven poet.
Have the lumberjacks brought us our firewood? Halt! What are you doing here? You're not permitted to be wandering about like a stray cat.
I'm no longer a prisoner, Decim. You're to give me a suitable number of soldiers as escort to Marcella.
So, Centurion, it's true. The warden received a missive from the prince ordering the provision of a guard troop for the prisoner. Former prisoner.
Huh? Never heard of a prisoner being released. Ah, well, I believe I have some laggards and troublemakers I can spare.
Can I go too? Oh, how I miss the sunny warmth of the capital.
No, Bastian, you're not rotten enough to let go. I can still make a decent guard out of you.
I heard your worthless conscripts are accompanied by mangy fighting dogs.
The only thing you'll be getting for free is a family of bedbugs. I spent a year training those hounds. Now, if we're talking about an exchange of gold for flesh, that's another bowl of kibble entirely. You'll get the best dogs in Nostria.
Sounds too good to be true. Are they really worth the price?
These recruits might not be the brightest candles at the feast, but my fighting dogs are as fierce as the warden himself. You won't regret a single gold piece spent on these animals.
a good man, even though he's a dwarf.
What's wrong with dwarves?
How did you manage to outsmart me, brother? Ah, it's you. You're the one who poisoned that scoundrel Claudius. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
I wish it were me, but
Don't be modest. You did a great thing here, and history will not forget you.
I think I've seen you somewhere, stable boy. Were you responsible for delivering horses to Rigurn? Oh, by the way, what I really need right now is a horse.
All you're asking is a horse? Just a horse? Have no worry. You'll get our best. Saddle up quickly. You've probably forgotten how to ride after half a year in a cell.
You can go now. Actually, wait.
What now?
I wanted to warn you about sentry golems. Be wary of them once you're past New Tyrene.
Tell me more about the golems.
The mage Rossum took them to clear a landslide. What they lack in brain, they make up in brawn. Since they don't know you've been released, they're liable to crush you. As you pass the southern ruins, find the archer's squad commander, Ansel. The royal messenger said the squad will join you and augment your escort. I'm hoping that by the time you get there, they'll catch the marauder who's been raiding abandoned houses. Wonder why old Baron Garius didn't turn him into a chicken.
Who's this Baron Garius? Another escort?
That's up to his magicness. I have no authority over him. Perhaps he'll decide to leave these cold, inhospitable lands for the warmth of the Mage's Tower.
Come on, mount up. I picked out the very bestest horse for you.
Why should Claudius's death bring you...
Me? I simply despise As for me, I've always preferred... But what am I prattling about? I mean, I never tyrannized horses by teaching to trot or canter. I...
Can it possibly be getting colder? I envy you. You'll be your own master. No commander breathing down your neck, no rules. And that Marcellan heat. I've forgotten what real heat is like.
Not surprising that people want to leave the Highlands. The climate here is worse than in Rigurn.
Hurry up, get over here. There's trouble.
Who are you?
Are you from Crucis? Quickly, come with us.
I'm not running anywhere. Explain yourself.
I'm a lumberjack. We're nothing but dwarven woodcutters, honest. The humans have all left the valley. Only us and a few locals. So then this Lupin, a man from Riggin, arrives at he was stirring up trouble, trying to recruit the remaining human hunters to join him in his... Then Lupin's men seized the village. They captured Stein. Things could easily turn bloody. We took them in purely out of kindness, and this is how they repay us. Disgusting. Help.
Oh, I read about this statue. I need to find its hands. Might be handy.
You don't make the rules around here, Lupin.
What goes around the forest comes.
Hey, Lupin, look! One of the Crucian prisoners, another victim of Claudia.
Just in time. We need another strong arm right about now.
What makes you think I'll help you?
You're human. This concerns you too. These jumped-up dwarfen lumberjacks have it too good. They're living like little. We local hunters, on the other hand, are being oppressed. Only I, Lupin.
Don't you remember how they treat prisoners? I worked for Valbert myself until I escaped. You turn blue. Most of them are rotting alive in there. Not because they're bandits or murderers, mind. Just because they dared.
Ah, so you're on the side of justice.
We've decided to seize Cruces.
We're going to starve the fort by cutting off their access to food and fuel. When we triumph, we'll free all the
But the dwarfs are against us, so we need to force their hand. Then it will be Valbert's turn to. If you're not going to help us, your other option is to spill our blood.
That Valbert will be swinging from a gibbet soon.
In a birch grove one rejoices, in pines prayers sung in many voices.
What are you, a poet?
Allow me to introduce myself. Back in my youth, I was a scribe at Marcella. But the city is too noisy for me, too fat.
Quiet seems to have fled, followed closely by...
It's that troublemaker Lupin. He's a criminal on the lam from Reg. He tried to seize control of the valley. And as you can see, the dwarves didn't take kindly to... I hate to say it, but the snow...
These troublemakers of yours promised to break the prisoners out of Cruces.
Of course they do, but think. If Lupin's fellows are able to attack the supply shipments to Cruces, once the dwarves are gone, the firewood goes with them. And who do you think the warden Valbert is going... his guards or the prisoners? I'll let you figure...
You don't make the rules around here, Lupin.
What goes around the forest comes around the forest. Right through these trees.
We showed those shorties who's boss here, didn't we?
Now nobody stands between us and the royal shipments.
The jailers will be feeling that cold soon. And if they try to get wood on their own,
I can see you'll do fine without me from here on out.
Our guys have already opened the dwarven warehouse. Here, it's nearby. Go take a look.
We kicked those little beardlings soundly, if I dare say so myself.
The forest is now ours.
The mage left his dummies without supervision. I should find him. I'm sure I can think of something else. That's it.
You, prisoner! What are you doing here?
Prince Adrian set me free. I'm headed for Marcella.
Amazing. Was your assassination attempt on the king forgiven? I was certain the world would run out of mana, and gold be cheaper than...
I didn't poison that idiot.
Maybe so, maybe so. Wondrous things are happening in Nostria.
Your golems, Rossum, they're blocking my way. Kindly...
Since you were summoned by Prince Adrian himself, so be it. But I hope you don't believe mages always work for... Erblidi immobilatus! Soit Abel. What else do you want? The road is clear.
Is this Berengarius' magic? Adrian must really want a meeting if he sent this many troops. He doesn't mean to let me get
Where do
away.
you suppose that marauder came from?
Halt! Who goes there? Ah, it's you. Finally. While you were wandering around like a lost chicken, we captured a marauder. Our task is to escort you to the Batil Gates and see you on your way.
Are you in that much of a hurry? You must be cold.
The Batil Gates guard should have been here to meet us a few hours ago. But there's still no sign of them. Once you're ready, give me the signal and we'll move out.
The Batil gates are to the left, and to the right, I can see the Mage's Tower behind the houses. Another ghost town. Frost cuts me to my very bones. How could anyone live here? So much effort wasted. It's some kind of riddle. If only there was some kind of hint. Something's wrong. A protective sigil. It must be here for a reason. A protective sigil. It must be here for a reason.
Thank the Creator, I've been heard. You solved the riddle of the portal, so you're definitely no doubt.
Was it you who led me here? Was the sigil on the road your work?
So it is, though my abilities aren't what they once were. Thankfully, I still had strength.
What an old-fashioned name.
Morgus Thaumaturgical Catalog, of course, and the Ether Seal. My name is Berengarius. My colleagues and I once attempted to... My knowledge of the runes is vast, but it did not save me from an ice...
I see. You worked here even before our...
Ever since then, I've been waiting for people to return here, to the Town of Bliss. But I am bedept. Long ago, I inscribed protective runes on every building. But since then, I am too weak in this form. Please, visit the different rooms and read the mantra. Hurry! The runes must be filled with power. I am capable. If I had the strength to defeat him myself...
Why are you invested in defeating this...
I must protect the dwellings of bliss.
The living can't survive here, Berengarius.
I believe that rune magic can yet warm the Highlands. I will continue...
Something tells me protective runes won't... A protective sigil. It must be here for a reason.
Argo, vires y mago. Argo, vires y mago. Argo, vires y mago. Argo, vires y mago.
The protective runes weakened the dark spirit. I believe I told you about his minions, the cemetery ghouls. They dig up graves. We must stop this desecration.
And it's down to me to destroy it.
Exactly. If the spirit banishes me, my research, I promise that once you destroy the army of the dark, I am lifting the Ether Seal. You can now...